What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overlord here. We're going to be talking about a few different horror topics in this video here today. We'll be talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the revival sequel, whatever. We'll be talking about Final Destination and the Jason universe's new design for Jason that is, well, yeah. So starting off here with I Know What You Did Last Summer, Jonah King earlier this month actually sat down with Collider to discuss his character Milo that will be featured in the upcoming Legacy sequel that's dropping this July. Now, this was something I overlooked because I could have sworn that the Screen Rant image that we got a few days ago was how we ended up getting confirmation on all of the characters. Maybe for the most, but it seems like Jonah told Collider that he was playing Milo in the upcoming sequel earlier this month, and I just completely overlooked it. And he gave a description, or a small description I should say, of what Milo is like and what we should expect. He says Milo is sweet-natured and he's got a good heart, and obviously he gets embroiled in all kinds of events where he's being asked to do things or make decisions that are really difficult, so there's a lot of tension for him to come. I will say that if you've been listening to my rumored videos when it comes to these characters as far back as July 4th of last year, I told you there were going to be characters named Ava and Milo. There seems to be something between those two, a relationship of sorts, if you will. And if you notice in the stills, or not a still, but in one of the screen caps from the trailer, when they're driving away from the accident, Danica is sitting next to Teddy in the car because her and Teddy are involved at the time of when that happened. And then Ava and Milo are in the back because they're the ones involved with each other. So again, reminiscent of the friend group we got in the original. So he went on to talk about the comedy. He said, I think the joy of this one, as you probably have heard, Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt are coming back. There's some great continuity from the original. It's about 30 years later, and a lot of the vibe is there. But I think also with the new young cast and with Jen Kane Robinson, the director, there's definitely humor in there. There's definitely a modern sensibility, and it feels fresh. Again, the humor is not too shocking to me. Jen did Do Revenge. If you haven't watched that already, please check it out to get familiar with that. Check out her other projects, Sweet Vicious too. But if the humor is just balanced well with the more serious moments, and the more serious moments should, of course, be your accident, anytime the fisherman is on your screen, whatever chase scenes come our way, and the brutality of it all as we race to the finish line to find out who the fisherman is. If that is balanced with some pockets of humor from time to time, I'm not going to have any complaints. Just as long as the whole atmosphere is just not a joke. If the whole atmosphere is a joke, then yeah, that might be a bit of a problem to me. Granted, like I stated in some other videos, I still Know What You Did Last Summer is pretty comedic, and I have a soft spot for it, even though that's not a very good film. I could end up saying the same thing for this one, but we'll just have to wait and see. Let's talk about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the sequel series. We found out a couple days ago that Ryan Kiera Armstrong is going to be starring in this new show as the lead Slayer. She will be fighting the forces of darkness alongside Buffy Summers. We were led to believe, going off of what her father posted on his Instagram now, that she will be playing a character named Nina. This confirms who Ryan auditioned for and who is likely leading the Buffy sequel, considering Ryan was again announced as our new chosen one. And what's convenient is notice how Nina aligns with the character Nova in terms of first initials and N, same amount of letters in the name. Goes back to what I was trying to say, what many of you who are familiar with the casting process were trying to say. That name is usually subject to change. It's usually a placeholder name. That's even why I stated in my I Know What You Did Last Summer coverage, Ava and Milo and all these other names might be different by the time the film comes out. And of course, Ava and Milo are the names they actually went with. But in this case, Nova is Nina. So Sarah saying those are fake characters, again, the question everyone should ask going forward is to what extent? To what extent? Because now with all the details coming out, it feels like to the extent it was fake was just the name, like I was trying to make clear. There's too many things that are in alignment with Nova. They have a 15-year-old cast to likely play the 16-year-old that is Nova. Nova was described as a lone wolf. Deadline, a much more reputable trade, described this individual named Nina as a high school introvert. So it's like we're getting the Nova character. But again, best of luck to Ryan Kiera Armstrong. I believe in this fandom. I believe most people will want to guide her and keep her protected from all the online trolls and all the madness that inevitably is going to come her way. But she's got this. I think she's going to knock this out of the park. I've been looking up some of her work in American Horror Story, and she does do a phenomenal job in the clips I'm seeing. Now, I also revisited some scenes from Firestarter, and I do stand by my sentiment. She was one of the better aspects of that remake. Comparing her to those adult stars, she was much better compared to some of them, Zac Efron included. Even though I didn't find that they had the best chemistry in terms of that father-daughter dynamic, but she was pretty good in Firestarter. So I have hopes that she's going to be the great chosen one that many of us want and need her to be. And hopefully, even if I don't fall in love with the show altogether, this will unlock a new generation of fans for the Buffyverse that can keep this universe alive for years to come. Now let's talk about Final Destination. The Final Destination producer, Craig Perry, was asked about the future of this franchise during an interview with Collider. This was his response, which basically is one of our very first teases as it pertains to Final Destination 7 and beyond. He said, I think the magic of Final Destination is that it's about the idea. The idea of whether or not fate, destiny, plays into your life is something that not just everybody has a personal relationship with. Every culture, every country, everybody all over the world has some relationship with that. So I think Final Destination as a brand, as a piece of IP, and as a conceit or as a concept will go on forever, whether I'm here or not. He's not lying. And of course, as long as you, me, continue to go out and see those films, even though I'm not going to see this movie in theaters, I don't want to, then they're going to keep making more. But spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the film, you have 2 seconds to get the fuck out. Okay, so this movie seemingly resolves the mess that Death has been cleaning up when we are shown Stephanie and Charlie dying at the end of the film. But where would you guys take the franchise from here? Would you want to see them dig up that first responders concept, tweak it a bit, and maybe do something different? Not entirely first responders, but in line with what that was going to be. Let me know down below, because after seeing Bloodlines, I am not up for a Kimberly story. Let Kimberly be a legend to the lore, but don't interrupt her life for this nonsense. I saw some posts saying that they set her up perfectly to be the new William Bloodworth. She doesn't need to be the new William Bloodworth. Let her be Kimberly, the one who beat death. Let her legacy just live on and be talked about for years to come. If you find a way to cameo her in, that's fine, but don't use her like Claire. Don't bring her back and then kill her. With Claire is a bit different. That happened immediately after the first film. Kimberly is coming back years later. Do you really want to bring her back years later only to just to kill her? I'd rather not even have her, just to avoid this argument of, oh, it has no stakes. Oh, the idea of, oh, should they or should they not kill her? Leave her be. She already beat this thing. Let's leave it alone. Now let's talk about Friday the 13th. We got that ChatGPT version of Jason Voorhees revealed to us a few days ago. This came from an Adweek report, which beyond this ChatGPT look, makes it clear Crystal Lake is supposed to be the launching pad for what they are still calling this Jason universe, and a new movie still seems to be the plan. The problem for many fans, me included, is we simply don't want to hear anything if it's not movie related or show related. I don't care about any Jason toys, any Jason magazines, any Jason video games either, because Gun Media kind of killed that for me. They just did it again with Texas Chainsaw. I don't care. Give me a show, give me a movie, give me Jason on my screen, and let's get this over with. The Jason universe stuff, it's dead on arrival with many people. Many people out there are probably going to eat it up. That's fine. But there are a section of fans who just want to see Jason cutting up teens, just want to see Jason on our screens. We're not interested in all this other stuff. And I feel like the universe aspect is already kind of bogging down the whole return of Jason. This idea of all these spin-offs and this project, that project. Not everything needs to be the MCU. Just give us everyone's favorite mama's boy, make it a serviceable product, release it, and shut the fuck up. We will watch it and we will be entertained. That simple. But I know this is a business and they got to do what they got to do because they have investors to please. They're the ones doing this. We didn't ask them to do this, but this is how they want to go about giving Jason back to the public after all of these years. People took issue with this design. Now, I'm not going to knock it too much, but I don't like it either. I did put out a comment on Twitter saying it looks washed because I'm not fucking with it right now. But it's not that bad. It's not on any sort of Jeepers Creepers Reborn type of level. That there is completely abysmal. You can at least look at this and acknowledge, okay, that's Jason Voorhees. But yes, I agree. They need to tweak it. They need to change it around, make it a bit more like Jason, but maybe they can't because of all the splits between Victor Miller and Sean Cunningham. But we'll see. What do you guys think about all this? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, of course, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notification, ignore this video. In the description, I have links to all my social media accounts. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there to let me know if there are any movies, news, or reviews you'd like me to cover in the future. And with all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.